What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Just Saying. Today's episode is very, very special because I have two very special guests. And the first special guest I have is my very, very good friend, Hashy Yusof.
Hi, I'm
And
back.
the person you see beside her is actually her surgeon, and his name is Dr. Keith.
Hello.
Some context to this conversation that we're going to have today is maybe some of you are very familiar with Hashy's situation. So quite a few years ago, Hashy had a tumor in her spinal cord, which she got removed by Dr. Keith. Which, oh my God, like, it's so interesting, right? The person who actually removed the tumor is here. And the reason why I want to have this conversation is because Hashy went through a very hard time. She lost feelings from bottom down.
Like sensations from my hip to my toes.
Yeah, from her hip to her toes, her toes. And I was there the whole way when from the first surgery to the second surgery. And I kind of see how she lived life. It was very difficult for her. So today I want to have a conversation with her and her
Neurosurgeon.
neurosurgeon. Oh my God, sorry. Her neurosurgeon, and kind of bring us through the journey, and also what are some things that we normal adults should look out for, and if we are also at risk of having tumors and so on and so forth. Hashy, let's tell the audience a little bit about when and how do you start feeling like something was off?
I started feeling I started feeling pain in my back in 2013 when I was
Could be.
19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, when I was 19, I started having back aches, couldn't sleep lying. I still could sleep lying down, but it was very painful. But at some point, I was sleeping seated up because I was just in so much pain. I can't lie down. And it only happens at night, which is so strange.
Yeah.
And why, as in, do you Google your symptoms?
Yes, but you know, back then there's no ChatGPT and stuff, so you read a whole bunch of random things, and sometimes it says tumor, but at 20,
Yeah.
you read tumor and you're like, can't be tumor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
That's true. I agree.
It's not normal. You don't see it around. And at that point, you don't really hear of people with diagnosis like this. And I don't know if you know, but like now you start to hear a lot of people like having cancer and sharing their story, but back then not as much. So yeah, I just went to the doctor. Not Dr. Kiko, but I went to a doctor and the doctor said, maybe it's just because you don't exercise.
God damn. That is so dismissive. You know what? I saw the doctor say, you're just heaty. That's as good as saying that.
Yeah, I had a doctor. Then he printed out a sheet of paper with
my
exercises to do.
For your back, to strengthen your back.
Yeah, he said like maybe you should do these exercises, come back in a month, see how it goes. And I came back a month later, I was like, I can't even move.
Oh my God. Okay, let's give the doctor a bit of benefit of the doubt, right? Like you say, it happens very rarely to people that age. Maybe that's what the doctor was thinking. Like you're too young to have a tumor, and then like maybe you just don't go and work out.
Also, I guess I went to an orthopedic,
Okay.
not really like a neurosurgeon. I didn't think it was like a neuro problem or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what brought you from that to actually going for a scan?
I went to see the doctor quite a bunch of times, and every time like it was spaced out like a month and a month later, like 3 months later, and it just got worse progressively. And yeah, the first time he told me to change my mattress.
Oh my goodness.
Second time he told me to exercise. The third time, and every time I went to these like appointments, I went alone,
Oh.
and yeah, I just didn't like fight back. I didn't even know what to say. I didn't know about MRI and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I never had any health problems before. And then the third time I went with my dad.
Right.
And then my dad was like, can you just give her like an MRI scan or something?
Yeah.
That's why we did the MRI scan. So after that, when we got the results, the doctor said, lucky I tell you to do MRI scan. It was a whole journey. It was so funny. Honestly, like in hindsight, it was like a clown show.
Really covered himself.
Well, I mean, let's not like spill which doctor it is, but oh my God, Doctor, am I wrong to say this? But that is so dismissive of that doctor.
It's quite common, It happened to my wife a number of times.
Oh my god, that is so. Okay. And after you did the scan and you found out there was a tumor, first emotion you felt?
I laughed.
Huh? Why?
Because I was like, it can't be true.
Oh,
Like, it's funny, no?
yeah.
Like, you don't expect to hear at that age, you have a tumor. I didn't even know what, I know tumor, cancer, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it can't be that serious.
Yeah.
Like, I'm 22, I'm healthy, relatively healthy. I don't know anything about it, but it just sounds serious enough that it's funny.
And you laughed and
Yeah, I laughed.
your dad laughed along?
No, after that, I processed it. I was like, oh no, this is bad. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I was also in so much pain. I was in and out of A&E because I was just in pain and I was taking painkillers that I was allergic to. So I was in A&E for allergy issues all the time.
Actually, that's one of the things that I forgot to bring up. Okay, when this was happening to her, right? And then what I found out was that she's allergic to all medicine.
Painkiller,
boy.
yeah.
Yeah, so like when she has a fever, she can't take Panadol, so she has to sit in a bathtub full of ice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and which makes everything worse, right?
Yeah,
Because then, like, now you're really sick. Like, you have to take painkillers, but you're allergic to painkillers, which is, I don't know why God gave you this life, lah.
But I'm rare.
Yeah, this is rare.
Special.
That's a
I think the word is special.
special.
Right? As in, no, as a friend, like when I hear this,
Special.
I'm like, why you? Right? Like, it doesn't make sense because like you're already so allergic to so many medicine, and then it's happened like so many things that can happen to you. Like, you're sick and you have a tumor and you can't do anything about it. Sorry, you can't do anything about the pain. You just have to live with it.
The doctor told me to just use my legs until I cannot use it anymore.
Oh my God. Wow.
Is this the first time you're hearing this, Dr. Gee?
Yeah, some of it is the first time.
Yes.
I mean, yeah,
So
because she's quite quiet.
Yes.
She's
I
quite
was very
quiet.
quiet,
Yeah.
So the doctor say, hey, I mean, of course, this is not how the conversation went, right? But hey, you have a tumor. You might not be able to walk anymore. That's what the doctor told you.
No, he said a surgery would have a very, very high risk of paralysis. So the option is maybe you can just use your legs until you cannot use it anymore. Maybe
Wow.
5 months, maybe 5 years. We don't know.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah, and then that was when I was like,
Okay.
yeah, like reality like hit me.
That's quite brutal.
Yeah, I was,
Yeah. And how long do you use your legs for after that?
what, 10 years now?
Delivering the news to Hashy, was that difficult for you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Very hard. Very hard.
What about that conversation scared you the most?
I didn't want to demoralize her too much because, when people lose hope, then it's very hard to carry on. So I wanted to tell her that actually she's got a fighting chance to overcome this.
No, I remember how it
But,
felt.
But the feelings there, yeah.
Come explain. Do you remember what he said?
I didn't remember exactly what he said, but he gave me really like good percentage. Like
Okay.
80% chance I'll be okay.
Oh,
And I was
said that.
very confident. Like, it felt like Dr. Keys was very confident.
But were you?
Like, it was all good.
To some extent, yes. Because I've done quite a number of cases like this from the past. So when I saw you in 2016, I had actually been doing surgeries on these conditions since 1998, when
Okay.
I first learned how to handle this. This condition is not unknown, but it's more common in the West.
Okay.
It's more common in the West. So because I've had this experience, it's like almost 20 years of doing this. That's why I could tell her that I think we can handle this.
From a friend's perspective, I always felt like there's a huge dark cloud above Hashy all the time. Like you rarely see her happy. I could never understand it because to me, I think I'm a more logical person and a more emotional person. To me, like, oh, you're sick, go and do your surgery. And after that, you'll be fine. Right? But I didn't understand the emotional weight that was on her, right? And I guess the heaviest thing to carry is that she can't really use her legs anymore.
That was the risk.
Yeah, that
the
was the
biggest risk.
Yeah. So when you say rare, is it where the tumor is growing or the type of tumor that she has?
Both. It's very rare to have a tumor inside the spinal cord. And in general, most of the spinal tumors are either in the bone or they are outside the cord or in the nerve outside the cord. But, the spinal cord is the tubular structure from the brain down your spines within the spinal canal. And her tumor is within the cord. So that makes it very challenging because it can cause her to be paralyzed, you see. Yeah.
It's hard to get to also, right?
Yes, we have to go deep inside, beyond the bone, into the spinal cord. It's like trying to split open a noodle.
Oh, now you put it. Also, okay. And the noodle is so thin.
It's like an udon. The spinal cord is like a thick udon noodle.
Okay.
And the tumor is within it. That's why we have to use a microscope, you see, to try and suction it out.
I still find it crazy to today that my bone was removed.
Your bone was removed. But it was put back.
Yeah, it was put back without any screws.
Yeah. Because she's still young enough so we can suture back the bone flap to cover the cord.
I'm going to assume, for example, for Hashy's case, right, like cutting up a tumor is, let's say, level 10 of your work, right?
All right.
Is that right to say? Do you think like that's the hardest part of your job?
No, it's about level 8.
Oh,
the 10 other, yeah.
Okay, with that said, what is level 1?
Level 1 would be, say, someone who hits his head on the floor or has a fall and has a fracture and a wound on the head.
And you have
then
to
I would have to repair it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe fix the bone or suture the wound. Yeah, take care of that kind of thing. Or a crack in the spine. Sometimes they fall and they have a broken bone. Yeah, that's level 1 or 2.
Okay, that sounds like a level 5, but okay, Ken. Then level 8 is Hashy's case.
Yeah.
And what's level 10?
Babies.
Oh.
Babies.
Also, you have to do a surgery on babies.
Yes. I mean, part of my training in the early years was in pediatric neurosurgery. Yeah, so I specialize in treating children. So when Hashy first came to see me, she was right at that borderline between a teenager and young adult.
I mean, treat me like I'm a 12-year-old.
Yeah, okay.
So when you say it was a risk, right? So, okay, surgery day, right? And you know that, okay, the risk of her not walking again, if you do this wrongly, is extremely high. She could be paralyzed because it was so near her spinal cord, right?
It's inside the cord.
Yeah, it's inside the cord. So what were the choices you have? So for example, when I ask this, what I mean is that, could you control the amount of sensations you would lose?
No.
Okay.
She will definitely lose some sensation below the site of the tumor. Because the approach into the spinal cord have to split the sensory pathway.
Okay.
Yeah. The sensory pathways are at the back. The motor movement pathways are in the front. So we can't go to the front. We can only go from the back. And you have to split it very, very little. But inevitably she will lose something Yeah, she will lose some sensation. Yeah, and she did actually for a while. Yeah, she did. But there's no other way in, you see. That's why it's so difficult. But the overwhelming need is to preserve her power.
Yeah.
The power in her legs. Yeah.
What if she didn't do it? What would have happened apart from pain?
Oh, she'll be paralyzed. She'll be in a wheelchair.
Okay, if she didn't remove the tumor. lah.
Yeah.
Because of the nerve damage from the tumor.
Yes, the tumor will eat away the nerves. The tumor will destroy the spinal cord. Yeah.
Okay, now I see.
And the level was at T9, I think.
T9.
T9, which is your
Mid-back.
mid chest level, where your costal margin is. That's T7, T9. Then it was growing up. It was growing upwards. So we have to stop it. If not, she'll be.
Yeah,
you know,
my arms. Maybe.
Your arms might be affected too
If it keeps growing.
if it keeps going up.
And when you first got down on that bed and you realized that you cannot walk properly.
When the physio came to help me, that was like the first time walking after the surgery. In my brain, you don't forget how to walk, right? You've walked all your life. Left, right, front. So when I was trying to walk, when my feet went forward, no, in my brain, my feet went forward, but in reality, it went backwards.
Oh my God.
So it was, I think, just my nerves like recalibrating after the surgery. So it was very strange to me, like it was relearning how to walk.
Yeah.
So then how do you teach yourself how to walk? Because when we're younger, our parents taught us how to walk, right? But as an adult, how do you teach yourself how to walk? Especially when your nerves are not calibrated anymore.
Yeah, we did physio a few days before I could leave the hospital.
So you had to tell yourself that now backwards is
so
forward.
I had to look like my feet, and then it eventually recalibrated. Like I knew my feet go forward, it goes forward.
Yeah. It's a process.
Yeah, it's a process.
It's a process.
But it was a very strange feeling.
Yeah.
And it was very frustrating because I was like, I think I was frustrated with my dad.
Why?
He was like, just do it. I'm like, I know, I never forget how to walk.
It's just not connecting.
It's just like, I also don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Very tough.
It was interesting.
Very tough.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you've been through a lot.
I don't know how to ask this question without being insensitive, right? Obviously you lose a lot of things in life, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, right, let me tell you as a friend, I'm like, it's just it's a small problem.
You're
But
a man, that's why.
Yeah. But then let me tell you like some of the things that I saw happening to her that I did not think about, right? We used to go to a beach club a lot. And she cannot wear slippers.
Oh yeah.
Because
I cannot grip.
she can't grip.
Oh.
So I'm like, oh my God, I did not think of that. Right? So she has to constantly wear shoes.
Oh.
So when we went to the beach a lot at that point of time, and sand entered her shoes. And she couldn't
I
feel
couldn't
it.
feel the sand entering my shoes.
Wow.
So when she goes home, she opens her shoes and she pours out the sand. Entire shoe, have sand.
Mountain.
Wow.
And I'm like, how do you not feel this? Like, you don't see these types of things, right?
Yeah.
Right? And then when
Wow.
there was one time where a glass cut her feet and she didn't feel it. She was just bleeding out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, has she? And she didn't feel it. I'm like, oh my God, these are the things that you don't see.
Yeah.
Right? And I think as normal human beings, again, it might sound very rude, right? Where we can use our legs, I think we underestimate
Yes.
the type of convenience that we have when we have legs. Yeah, and there's a lot of things that we can't do.
That's right.
Right? And
That's right.
at that point of time also when she was going out, somebody has to be beside her all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If not, the chances of falling is so high, and she has fell many times, right?
Yeah.
And the other one was that she had a fractured toe,
Oh.
Oh yeah.
but did not know.
Oh my goodness.
And you mentioned brain and spinal tumor, right? Which one scares you more?
Spinal cord tumors like Hashima break my heart more.
Okay.
Brain tumors generally, there's so many ways to treat that we can most of the time control it. Yeah.
Brain tumors?
Tumors in the brain.
Okay.
We have many methods to control. So generally, the treatment that the patient has to undergo is not as heartbreaking as in her case, because the spinal cord is so small. The spinal cord carries all the signal from the brain to her arms, to her legs. And once that signal is interrupted, she'll get paralyzed, she'll get weak. She can't have any sensation below where the tumor is. So, 10 years ago, when I first met her, it was very heartbreaking. I mean, of course, I didn't show it, but she had everything going for her: youth, beauty, intelligence, all these things, music, and then to have this diagnosis suddenly thrust in front of you, and having to undergo a very, very major operation, which could have serious side effects.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
I mean, in hindsight, now it's a story to tell, right? I mean, that's
yeah, I mean, she's got a fantastic story to tell.
Yeah.
Very proud of her,
We'll touch more on Hashy's story and her surgery later, but I have actually two more questions for you. Or just on the first part of this conversation, right?
Sure.
To the people watching at home, when must they stop ignoring symptoms?
Oh, I think it's when there's pain. When the pain is not relieved by simple medicine, when the pain goes on for a long time, and when the pain keeps you up at night. I think that's one of the worst things, when you can't sleep because of pain. That's something pretty abnormal.
What sorts of pain are we talking about?
Well, in Hashy's case, I think it was bone pain, spine pain, right?
Yeah, but it was like back pain.
Back pain, yeah.
But I mean,
just in her back, yeah.
So I ignored it for 2 years.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, usually pain, or of course, once you start getting weak, like you fall down, or you're not very stable, then it's already a bit late. Yeah. Okay. So those are the warning signs that something's going on with your brain or your spinal cord.
Okay. And are these so apart from the brain and the spinal cord, right? Which other areas should we focus on when there's pain?
Oh, your heart.
Okay.
Yeah,
so I mean,
chest pain.
Like for example, right? I mean, let's say my traps hurt for like 2 weeks. Yeah. Does that mean it might be a tumor?
Good question. Usually not at your age.
Okay.
If you were a bit older, then you would have to look into it. Let's say if you're around 50 or 60, you've got this persistent pain, then you got to look into whether it's a form of cancer. Like I had a friend who just had a golfer who just had pain in the upper chest. Turned out to be a lung tumor. Yeah. Totally unexpected.
Oh my God. And I can see how he ignores that, right? Because he plays golf.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're swinging every day, you're like, oh, this is normal. And I think similarly to a lot of people who goes to the gym, who have aches muscle aches and everything, they would think oh, this is normal because I just worked out.
Right.
But 2 weeks, is 2 weeks a good time for me to go, something's wrong?
I think if medicine and physiotherapy doesn't solve your problem, then you got to look a bit more into what could be the cause.
Okay.
Just for peace of mind, Yeah.
And can tumors happen to anyone?
They can happen to anyone, but there are certain risk factors and certain age groups where it's more common. So, young adults like both of you, it would be rare. Okay. Older folks like me, people going to the 50s, 60s, 70s, it's more common. Yeah. Or people who say smoking, right? People who are exposed to radiation, like some of the doctors, for example, they're always in the X-ray machine and they don't protect themselves, Right. Yeah. then they're exposed to X-rays, you see.
That is that's a work hazard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they get risk pay?
They should.
I still went for a spin class after the surgery.
Wow.
So I flew off the spin bike, which was stationary, by the way, because the music was pumping and it was fun, right? Then my legs went faster than my brain could process, and then like it unclipped, and then I flew off the bike.
Gosh.
It's crazy.
And
right?
then I sprained both my ankles, but I didn't feel it, so I went back on the bike
Yeah.
and continued.
Wow.
And then the next day I couldn't walk.
Look, at that point of time when she was falling down a lot, right? It looks and it sounds funny. Yeah, we will laugh about it. We will laugh about it, right? But what we don't see as fans is that when she go home, I am sure she felt a little bit something. And that's what I want to ask you about.
Yeah.
Like obviously you were grieving
Yeah.
over a lot of things, but what was the top of the list that you were grieving about?
I think only recently that I realized that I was always grieving the life that I could have had. There were so many things that I wanted to do. I had planned for, but it didn't happen. I wanted to model. I wanted to travel on my own. I want to not be a liable, to me and my family, and I want to be more independent and all that, which I still am to some point now, which I'm very grateful for, and I treasure a lot. But I grieve thinking of what it would have been if I was not sick,
Yeah.
Like what would I be doing now? Which is,
I mean, doctor, you see these kind of cases like almost every day, right? Does it take an emotional toll on you?
Of course.
As well?
Of course
Okay.
it does. Of course. But over the years, I've learned certain things to advise my patients or to talk to them when they're in this situation. Because this is like one of the worst things that can happen to you. It really profoundly affects your whole life. First of all, be brave, which you did. Going through those surgeries, and I heard all about your pain and what you suffered through. It was evident to all of us. But the second thing, I know you're going to laugh, but I always like to mention what Bruce Lee's philosophy is. You know Bruce Lee?
yes,
He died a long time ago.
Yeah.
He said, be like water. Be water. You know why?
Water
Because
conforms.
it's resilient. It flows according to some circumstances, and it adapts. It's flexible. So, okay, you may not be able to go this way, which is what you planned for when you're 10 years old, 12 years old. But you're alive. You're still very intelligent. You're youthful. You're beautiful. You're talented. Then you flow now another way. So this is not medicine. This is just friendly advice.
Yeah.
On how to live your life.
Yeah.
And
I think that that goes with not just illness. I think just life.
Everything. No, I agree. I agree with that quote actually. My
Actually.
understanding of that, my understanding of that quote is that water becomes anything you put water on. Right? Water, I mean, you put it in a different shape water, it becomes a shape. You put it on a table flat, it becomes flat. And that, to me, it means that flow with life, adapt to whatever life throws at you. Yeah.
When I was operating on Hashy for the first time, I felt a lot of anxiety within myself. Yeah. In case she woke up and she couldn't wiggle her toes. But she did, and it was like, hallelujah. Really. We were all celebrating.
Yeah. Have
I
you
don't know
dealt?
if you heard that when you woke up
No,
in the theater. Dr. Chu asked you, wiggle your toes.
I'm still high.
Have you dealt with like difficult family members before?
Of course. Man.
Where they put the responsibility on you and blame everything on you?
Rarely, but it's all got to do with communicating. It's how you talk to them and explain things. The ones who have the biggest problem are those who don't understand you. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes it's just a mental block. You can't get through to them. And
that's why they have psychologists around and everything. So
yeah.
They have counselors in the hospitals as well too.
Not in private but in general, we need to, because many parents, actually the most difficult are the fathers.
100%,
especially if it's the daughter. Especially if it's the daughter. I think most
but
difficult.
Your dad was great.
My dad was so funny.
The fathers take it.
I was in a private room, and then he went to the next room to talk to some uncle who just had hip replacement.
Oh my God.
And they were talking about some medical stuff. My dad has zero medical knowledge. He doesn't even go to the doctor if he's sick. Everything he fixed with Panadol.
Panadol works wonders though.
He's an old-fashioned guy.
Yeah.
I mean, with that question asked, right? Is there a proper way to deliver bad news?
They don't teach us how to do that in medical school. But I guess just going through life with friends, with human relationships and experience, then we learn how to talk to people.
Yeah, no, Dr. Gifko has been great from so comforting. And I think because of that, when I had my second relapse, I was very sensitive to how doctors speak to me. And if I don't vibe, I'm like, because my bar is here already, with Dr. Keith Go, he's always so comforting. I felt very reassured all the time. I knew I was going to be okay. If another doctor just come to me everything okay.
Go get a new mattress, right? Yeah.
We have to learn from our mentors.
Yeah.
I must say I had two very good professors who taught me well. And they really taught me about how to be a human being. To talk not top down, but to understand. So when I was looking at some of the things she's posting in the past about surgery, her fears, her anxiety, I can really understand that. And of course, with my wife and all that, I also am in sync with what the patient feels. Yeah. So learn how to give that kind of bad news. But you always have to have some hope to give them. Actually, there's not very much that is so bad that you can't find some hope for these patients to go on in life. So that's the key. So, for example, when you talked about what if she's going to be paralyzed, how would you choose? Okay. Do you know that now there are computer brain interfaces that allow you to send a signal from your brain through the spinal cord to your legs? Okay? Elon Musk is working on something like that. And I just came back for a conference where I see in China, they're doing that with spinal cord, with brain, so that from brain to speech, people who have lost their speech are now able to speak again because of like what she said, when you think, the signal goes, you see, and the computer chip enhances it.
Stephen Hawking's shit,
Elon
right?
Musk shit.
No, but I mean, Stephen Hawking also speaks through.
Yeah, he had something like that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
God. This one is even more, it's implanted. Yeah. So who knows if Superman Christopher Reeve was still alive, he would have those computer chips put in.
No, 100%. And I'm sure it's going to be expensive.
Well, depends. AI, IT costs, everything come down with time.
Yeah.
The first few prototypes, of course, not so good. But Yeah, in exciting times, my friend.
Yeah, no. Science. No, I love science. I love AI as well, right? But I just don't like it when it takes over humans. But you are fine, right? Your job is fine. I don't think AI can take over your job.
I saw a robot in China.
That does surgery?
Does brain surgery.
God damn. Look.
Sinovation, it's called.
What? Look, parents, stop asking us to study. We are going to lose our jobs anyway to robots. What's the point of becoming a doctor? What's the point of opening Hashy up 2 times?
But the doctor cannot, but the robot cannot assure me and
The robot
talk to me
can't talk.
nicely and tell me
Quotes.
can.
Yeah. No, I guess don't have the human touch.
Yeah.
Before we end, do you have any advice from a doctor to human beings like us on tumors?
That's a very serious question. Well, I would say don't underestimate your symptoms. And if you're not feeling well, it's okay to see a doctor and not pretend that it's nothing. Yeah. So if you're a patient and you have something serious, you have to be like her. Be strong. Be brave.
Be special.
Be
and
resilient.
Rare.
And rare. Yeah.
I'm just going to say this all day,
Hashy will put it to my face all the time after you say that. Hashy, yes. Any advice to people who might or might not be going through a similar situation like you are?
Like Dr. Keith Goh say, be water. No, I think we live and we adapt, and I feel like it's a mind over matter kind of issue.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some days that are bad, but most days are great. And we live for those days. Yeah.
I agree. And as a friend who has a friend who is going through something, I think people underestimate this, right? So now that I went through this with her, right? I think it's very important to have friends around. And I don't know whether I was being a good friend, but I always laugh at her. I make jokes of the situation all the time in hopes, right, that she takes the situation a little bit more lightly, right? In hopes that she understands that I, as a friend, accept her for whatever, And I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this a lot. So I think, there's not a lot of education around how to handle these types of things, right?
Yes.
There's really not.
Yes.
And when we go out, she'll always ask me randomly, like, are you okay with picking me up at the...
at the taxi stand.
Yeah.
Oh.
And to me, it's like, don't have to ask, right?
Yeah.
Like, I will be there. Of course, I will pick you up. And I guess it's this kind of small things that people need to learn. That to handle situations like this, while it is very sensitive, I think sometimes we laugh at it. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's also a signal to them, like, hey, like, no, I know what you're going through. Like, let's laugh about it. Enjoy it while we can.
No, I rather people not tiptoe around me. And then, there's some normalcy in like that.
Yeah.
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 We still party.
Still party. And a lot of people are not used to the jokes that I make at her. Especially when I'm making it in front of them, right? They'll be like, can you stop it? And I'm like, we are just laughing about it. But yes, if you have a friend who's going through something like this, there's a lot of good advices in this episode. I think the biggest advice is don't ignore it. Don't be a Hashy at 19 years old and wait 3 years. If Hashy would have done it earlier, would it have changed the entire situation?
Oh yes, I think so.
God damn it, Hashy. How big of a change would it make?
Probably a higher chance of removing everything because it would have been small at the time.
See, now I'm angry.
We live and we learn.
Now I'm angry. Hey, we cannot have this mindset.
Yeah.
We cannot have this mindset of like we are all okay. No, go get it checked.
Go get it checked.
If you guys are watching this and have a friend or even yourself who is going through something like this, I will leave Dr. Keith's contact below.
Thank you.
He has Exhibit A here, who has survived alive and kicking. And you guys can contact him if you want lah.
kicking for sure.
Yeah.
And we've come to the end. If you guys have anyone you'd like me to invite or anything you'd like me to talk about, let me know in the comment section below. If not, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.